What's up, y'all? My name is Prince, and I'm an urban acolyte. I just got home from work, and I checked Twitter. I saw Tia Sakar tweeting all over the place. Clone Wars is saved. I have no idea what anyone is talking about, because some of us have real jobs, and we don't check and see what's going on with Star Wars all day. But I figured I'd hop on here and find out what all the hubbub is about. So apparently there's a trailer or something. I haven't seen it. Don't know what anyone is talking about. So I'm going to take a look at it, and y'all can watch it with me if you want to or not. It's up to you.
The name's Rex, but you'll call me Captain or Sir. War does not come with a guarantee. No soldier gets the promise of safety.
My designation is Trooper 27-5555, sir.
We call him Fives.
Fives.
This is Echo. I'm Commander Cody, your new boss.
Sir, yes, sir!
Okay, we got clones.
Looks like we got ourselves a batch of shinies, Commander. Look around.
Clone helmets.
One and the same. Same heart, same blood. Your training is in your blood. And my blood's boiling for a fight. So have any idea what's
generic helmet.
This can't be good. We need to pull back. Get them to follow us. If we can draw them out, we can see them. If we can see them, we can hit them.
They all fall down. Now what? A war left unfinished until now. So, I mean, what is this? Are we getting the lost season? We getting what they didn't finish? I finish what you started, and I'll let nothing stop us. Anakin. Star Wars, the Clone Wars. Obi-Wan.
All right, Rex. What's so important that you brought us all the way back here?
To Ahsoka.
Hello, Master. It's been a while.
Wow. So, I'll wait. Clone Wars saved. Follow StarWars.com for updates. So I don't know. I'm guessing what it looks like to me is that we're gonna get they're gonna actually finish the Clone Wars. So it's gonna pick up. I don't know. That's weird. I mean, like, I felt like we got the ending of the Clone Wars with how they did that last season that they released on Netflix. But now, are you retconning the Clone Wars? Are you going back and saying, okay, this is where Ahsoka left. We're just not going to cover the adventures that she had running around. Ahsoka had her own little 1313 adventures running around without a lightsaber. I mean, Ahsoka looks like she's aged. And then it's like, how did she age so quickly between the time that we last saw her? But I'm guessing that Filoni, Dave and company have pulled out their notes. They're going back and actually completing the Clone Wars. And like I said, does that mean that you retcon what we saw in that last season, or are you building on that? Like, how does that work? So that's a big question mark for me. Will I watch them? I don't know. I mean, I'm on to other things now. I'll still be covering Star Wars. I'll still be watching stuff. I don't even know when we're getting these episodes. Are we going to get them all at once? Are there going to be two Clone War? Are there going to be two animated series running at the same time? The final the conclusion of the Clone Wars, and then Star Wars Resistance. And then why are we getting these? Because I'm starting to think that Filoni is building an animated canon, right? We've got the movies, the deal with Rey and Kylo Ren, the Skywalker saga. You're going to have this new live action thing that's coming to the Disney Digital Network that picks up a few years after Return of the Jedi. So whatever they're dealing with there, those themes that Jon Favreau, his little, we're going to call it the TV canon, right? The live action canon. You have an animated canon that's going to build on the adventures of Ahsoka Tano and the people that she's touched. Because you think about like Saw Gerrera, Saw's Partisans, Rogue One, like all of that stuff is tied to Ahsoka, right? So you could have, you could have a whole timeline, a whole canon, a whole saga based on the stories that branch out from Ahsoka Tano, including Rebels, right? Because Ezra, you got Ahsoka and Sabine, they're supposedly looking for Ezra now at the conclusion of the Galactic Rebellion or whatever, the Great Galactic Civil War, right? The things that we saw in the original saga. So that's what I meant. Like, if you're building on Ahsoka's adventures and showing what leads up to the Ahsoka Tano novel, and then picking up with Rebels and filling in the gaps, this is what Ahsoka's been up to. The budding resistance, again, the adventures of Jyn Erso, Saw Gerrera, all tied to what Ahsoka was doing, Bail Organa's rebellion, Rebels, Ezra, his story, that all flows from Ahsoka. I'm thinking that you're introducing these elements here, and even Rex, right? Rex is tied in with Ezra's story, Ahsoka's story, as she continues, and she's still alive, right? Hey, maybe Rian Johnson's trilogy could actually be tied into things that we're seeing here, right? We don't know where Quinlan Vos is. Maybe these revived episodes of the Clone Wars might actually give us the story that was supposed to have been in the Clone Wars that ended up becoming the book. What was that? Dark Disciple with Quinlan Vos and Ventress. So I see this as an opportunity to expand the ongoing canon, to add more to the timeline that can actually tie some things together, some other projects. And I was trying to say this, but I was rambling and didn't get to it. It could also introduce things that you see in Star Wars Resistance. If you're going to have multiple animated series running at the same time, having this animated series canon, right? It would only make sense that what have I said before? You use the past to introduce stories in the future or the present, right? So you could have things tied together, just like they do in comic books, right? You have this comic book, but to get the backstory, you got to go look at this other comic book, and that old comic book might be still in print, and they're telling stories that's actually telling the backstory in this other comic book that you're reading with another character who's in the right? Like that kind of thing. They do it all the time with comic books. Why can't you do it with Star Wars, right? My only issue here is that, we're still looking at these old timelines and whatnot, and still telling stories, and it's like, how much can you milk from these before people get tired of it? Now, hey, this is where I'm gonna hang my hat and end this. Lucasfilm needs to make a decision. Are we gonna make things for the hardcore, the diehard Star Wars fans? What are we gonna make for them that we know they'll support, they'll watch, and are we gonna be happy with those numbers? Because they're gonna be smaller than what you make something for the general audience, right? That's the way I look at Solo. Solo's numbers were projected. The casual moviegoer, right? And you really had to look at Solo as something like, hey man, this is only something diehards are gonna want to watch, right? Same with Obi-Wan. If they do a Solo saga that deals with Maul and gives us the story of how Maul ends up Malachor. Yeah, that was Malachor, and then runs into to Ezra, and then his story concludes on Rebels. That's only something that the diehards are going to want to see, the dedicated folks. Put that on the digital download network. Let Ray Park come back and play that part. Bring back Alden. Bring back everybody from Solo if you can get them, and be happy with that. So that's something that Lucasfilm needs to decide. But I don't know. This trailer didn't really show me much, but it gave me a lot to think about. And I shared that here with y'all in this video. So I'd like to hear from you. First off, what do you think about the possibilities of there being an animated canon, meaning Dave Filoni is helming an entire aspect of Star Wars, building out the timeline using these animated shows, and the possibility of having multiple animated series running at once? Or do you think it should just be a one at a time thing? And maybe we'll get the Clone Wars. It's like he's been working on that behind the scenes, and we're just gonna boom. Just here's a 5-disc set of Clone Wars everything, including 2 seasons worth of shows you've never seen before. I don't know, but what do you guys think about an animated Dave Filoni handling an animated aspect of the Star Wars timeline that introduces a whole new way of looking at Star Wars, introduces a kind of a counter story, counter to what we're seeing in the movies. And you know, that's a great way to introduce characters that are in the books as well. So what are your thoughts on that? And then, are you excited that the Clone Wars is saved, that we're getting more Clone Wars? So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and I'll be checking back to see what you all have to say. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead, click that subscribe button and take your first steps towards joining the Urban Acolyte Army. Embark on the journey of becoming the hero of your own story and become a force for change in your community. Continue to support the channel. You can do that by sharing this video and letting your friends know that, hey, I'm trying to have the most thought-provoking conversations on Star Wars, even if I have to rub a few people's feathers the wrong way in order to get my point across, because I give 0 fucks here. Anyway, that's all I got for this one. Thanks for watching. Y'all keep on breathing, and may the force of others be with you always.